Good evening. Welcome to Investigator News, and I'm your host, Ellie, and this is a weather and lifestyle news show. And wow, 320 earthquakes. Wow, that is just a massive amount. And first of all, prayers to everyone in Israel that's coming from all over the globe. They're asking for prayers. And that's all I'm going to say on that, and you can get more on the next show. Um, Boy, weather. Is it frightful? Well, I don't know. Um, Oops, it's not.
The National Hurricane
Okay. Now it is. Um, we have
Center
another
continues to
hurricane.
watch a disorganized
Looking,
area of
oops,
showers and
I guess
thunderstorms
I
in
need
the
to.
southern Gulf of Mexico. It does look like it has marginal conditions for development. In fact, the hurricane hunters are headed to investigate the area this afternoon and this evening. Now, by Wednesday, it looks like a cold front is going to be picking this system of thunderstorms up, moving it across the central and eastern Gulf of Mexico and dropping some much needed rainfall. So the window for development extremely short. It's going to have to get after it if it's going to do it. So we're looking at 2 to 3 inches of rain in places like New Orleans. Could be heavier rain in places like Destin, and the Panhandle of Florida is in drought. The rain is going to be welcome.
So you see, we got another hurricane down in the Gulf. I was wondering if the Gulf was going to get one, and lo and behold, there we are. We get one in the Gulf, and Lydia will make landfall tonight in Mexico, north of where um, Max came ashore. Um, so that's what we're looking at. Um, the latest earthquakes, oh boy, folks, it is just. Um, there was 32, but we of course had in Hawaii's quiet. All the earthquakes are in the volcano, they say, and I'll get to that one next. Um, but I did want to say that there was a 6.0 in Abra Pampa, or Argentina. It was 247 feet deep. So it was a very, very deep earthquake. And of course, that starts the rumbling. Now it's gotten quiet over in Tonga and Papua New Guinea. They had a 5.7. And I expected to see more in Japan, like Dutch Sense was saying, but it went pretty quiet. Mariana Islands, a 4.9. Up north of Japan and Russia, got a 4.3. Very quiet in Alaska, and I expected to see more activity. That was a 4.2. Now, the states are very active. We had one, George Reservoir, um, 2.8. Then we had another one in a Desert Center, California, at 2.6. Then we had another one in Manadero, Mexico, 2.6. But that's just right there, almost on the border. Gate, Montana, a 3.2, and it was 7 miles deep. Then we had one in White City, New Mexico, 2.8. Um, One in Ackerley, Texas, 2.7. That was about 6 miles deep. Then one in Western Texas, it's called, 3.2. Then we go down to Fall City, Texas, with a 2.8. So right around Texas is very, very active. And I think that's what Dutch Sense was saying the other day. And if you're new to our show, we watch Dutch Sense. He's on YouTube and also on Twitch. Um, Honduras, a 4.4. Over on the islands, Virgin Islands, Cruz Bay, a 3.9. And of course, we have the big ones in South America. Um, um, Argentina got a 5.6 as well as a 6.0. And then one in Chile, that was a 4.2. So, um, I think I got, no, I didn't get these over here. The most current was the Bandisia 4.8. These are kind of small. Indonesia, Labuan Bajo, 4.0. And then we had Kulan, Indonesia. And I'm not even going to try to pronounce the other one, the other city. but it was a 4.7. So the United States, Texas, very, very active. Now, what we have for the Rogue, roughly 320 earthquakes hit a very active Kilauea volcano. So let's get a look at this.
On the big island of Hawaii is rocking and rolling again. It is one of the Earth's most active volcanoes and recorded about 320 earthquakes in a 24-hour period last week. Unlike September's eruption, all of the action is currently far below the Earth's surface, some of it as much as 2 miles deep. There are still hazards from all of this seismic activity, even if lava is not currently flowing from the volcano. The quakes could cause rock falls and hazardous levels of volcanic gas that could affect people downwind. Ground swelling near Kilauea summit is almost where it was before the last eruption on September 10th. Some parts of Hawaii Volcanoes National Park have been temporarily closed as a precaution.
So yes, 320 earthquakes on in the Kilauea volcano. Uh, oh boy. Uh, so and then we got the solar eclipse. We have it set for October 14th, so only a few days away. And everybody seems to be keeping an eye on this. This is something that's very beautiful. Um, uh, Please get your glasses. I always try to look at it, and then I end up with my eyeballs burnt for the day. Don't try to look at it. Just we need to talk. Why? uh, uh, Oh, okay. Anyway, the chat room is having a serious discussion. All right. So the solar eclipse is the big event for this week. Look, it's something to look forward to and get away with what's going on in Israel, even if it's for just a few hours, right? All right. Here we go. I got to start it over again. So here we go, a solar eclipse. Something to look forward to this weekend. All right. Um, and Venus. In the early morning hours, Venus will appear closest to the moon and be visible to the naked eye. So this is, well, it was this morning. Oops, sorry, guys. We missed it. Maybe you could see it tonight. Boy, talk about a day late and a dollar short. Well, all I got to do is ask the dogs. My Jewel likes to pick up money for me. If you drop money, she picks it up. I'm just afraid she'll swallow it. All right, let's move on to something else. New Bob Dylan bourbon for you bourbon drinkers. Yeah, definitely a 600-page biography slated for joint October release. Homesick um, blues, Minnesota wheat and bourbon, whiskey, and Bob Dylan, mixing up medicine, both to tell a story of Dylan's life. Um, War hippies bring awareness to the veterans' causes throughout country music. That's another one. We need country music now is embracing our veterans and loving our country, as well as some of the rappers are. Uh, I don't know, I can't remember the name of the song. It's an America song that a rapper does. And I was like, I couldn't keep up with him. I'm not good at rap. and it's just too quick for me. I just slow it down or something. All right, but Bob Dylan is mixing up medicine again. An epic, new, definitive 608-page biography. Just when you thought it was great. And of course, they said, and chase it with his favorite whiskey. Ha, run out and get that book. I don't know about that. On this day in history, in 1845, U.S. Naval Academy, founded after planned mutiny, shocks the nation. Three sailors were executed by hanging at sea, including the teen son of a sitting Secretary of War, forcing the Navy to professionalize training. So on this day, uh, the the Naval Academy founded. So there you go. Well, just when we need our Navy. All right. So the Earth was just rolling all the way through a China City. It rolled around, and many people took pictures of it. Some took film. Some giggled and laughed, and some chased it down the street to hold on to it to say they had the whole world in their hands. Oh boy. Uh, I got a kick out of this one. Okay, Karen. I know Karen's watching. Um, all right, Karen, you got it. You're going to have the whole world in your hands with this one. All right, here we go. We don't need the sheep. The whole world, yes, rolling down China. I'm surprised China didn't pop it, but I think they wanted to save it and take it back to the festival. Wow. Yep, there goes the moon. All right, Domino's Pizza releases a new emergency pizza program, often offering customers a free medium pizza when they need it the most. Um, this will emergencies pizzas will start February 11th of next year. This is for people that just are hungry and they have kids and they just don't know what to do for a meal, and they're willing to give their customers in need a free pizza. Way to go, Domino's. I'm proud of Domino's for that. Now, speaking of balloons and the Earth, the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta lifts off, brightening New Mexico sky with colorful displays. I'm going to see if this has it. So, no, that figures. Um, so now, if you guys haven't seen it, they said there is a count of approximately 550 balloons that are going to take off and soar the skies. So no, it's not a UFO. It's just a balloon. And if you see Earth rolling around, it belongs to China. All right. I don't know, Karen. Karen, what do you think of the Earth? It's I thought it was neat because it didn't pop. It was rolling over cars and fences and mediums but I wish they would have got the pictures of people that tried to hold it. You know, to have the whole world in their hands. Even you would think that the people over in China wouldn't sing that song, but they know it. They knew about it. Yep. All right. So, a rare long-tailed flying insect. I know, me and my bugs. But this one's pretty. This one is they found a rare long blue butterfly taking flight. And they say this is something that has never been caught before. And as many photographers try to get every single butterfly, they managed to get this one. And very beautiful. So there you go. a very rare butterfly. They are in the south of England mostly. Um, so the last butterflies um, will be on wing from late September to October. So don't kill the butterflies. Let them go cocoon up. I'm ready to cocoon for the winter. What about you? Karen, what do you think? Should we cocoon for the winter? Maybe I'll come out as a beautiful something at the end in the spring. Yeah. Maybe you'll get rid of the ugly. Let's start cocooning all the. No, I'm not going to say that. That's mean. Yeah, wouldn't that be mean, Karen? You know what I'm thinking. Karen's got a mindset like me. We cocoon some ugly things and hope they can become beautiful in the spring. And poor Karen's got that name too, Karen. And maybe cocoon up a few Karens and Kens. Not our Karen. Karen's, she's great. She just does popcorn every now and then. All right. So we are, boy, we are down to um, the funny post. I got through this quick today. And William's going to come back on. Folks, I don't know what we said, but last night's show got taken. And we got plenty of updates. Oh, lots. My tabs are full of updates, and um, so come back. On the hour for me and William again. We're going to try this again. We threw it up in the air of what we said because they said we got a warning for language, and it wasn't just YouTube, folks. Facebook took it too. Um, so I don't know. Last night's show is a goner, and me and William's gonna jump in both feet and do a fantastic show coming up. All right, driving styles. Yeah, we got to get these driving styles down. You know, some of these people are just crazy. The world's craziest drivers. You know, one hand on the wheel, one hand on the horn, and that was for Chicago. New York, one hand on the wheel, one finger out the window. One hand on the wheel for Jersey, one finger out the window and cutting across all lanes of traffic from one side then to the other side. That's zigzagging. Who does that? They do it in New Jersey. Boston, one hand on the wheel, one hand on the newspaper, foot solidly on the accelerator. There must be a peephole in the paper. Los Angeles, one hand on the wheel, one hand on the non fat double decaf cappuccino, cradling the cell phone with their knees, brick on the accelerator, and a gun fully loaded with your finger on the pistol. I think they ran out of fingers and hands. This one's got 3, 4 hands. It's got a gun, it's got hold the cappuccino, hold the phone, and one hand on the wheel, and that sounds like California. Yeah, they use their toes. That's what it is. That's why the bricks on the accelerator, they're using their toes to hold their phone up. Yeah, crazy people. Italy, both hands in the air, gesturing, both feet on the accelerator, head turned to talk to someone in the back seat. How about Seattle or Washington? One hand on the latte, one knee on the wheel, cradling the cell phone, foot on the brake, and mind on the game. William, is that what you do when you drive? Huh. We're going to have to keep an eye on William for this now. Texas, one hand on the wheel, one hand on the hunting rifle, accelerating both feet, being on the accelerator, both feet on the brake, throwing McDonald's bag out the window. Shame on you, Texas. Maine, beat up 1983 Dodge Ram pickup truck. They all own those? Boy, the cops got an easy time. They just say it's the 1983 Dodge Ram for all the cars. Yep. Holding Dunkin' Donuts, a cigarette dangling from their mouth. I can hear people in Maine going, got to find one uh, for Pennsylvania here. Uh, all right. A cigarette dangling from the mouth, greasy hair shoved underneath an oil stained hat. The classic rock blaring from the radio. Maine, huh? Well, how about Pennsylvania? Both hands on the reins. Yeehaw. Yeah, they don't have cars. Karen, you're supposed to have a horse. Did you know that? I don't think you're Amish, but you're supposed to have a horse. Susan, too. Shame on you guys for having cars. Both hands on the reins, it says. Nebraska, two hands on the wheel with the head uh, lodged up, chunks of rust falling by the pound. They, they must drive. They're ready for the horses in Nebraska. Michigan, both hands on the wheel and head up somebody's beep. Los Angeles, well, we know that they got the same thing as the other one. Lowered Honda can't see over the dash, driving too fast or too slow. Car sounds like a bee as it goes by. Yeah. Well, I'm not done. Well, I'm not done here yet. Um, let's see. Um, all right. So here's some more. Must keep driving. What what I must tell myself on every road trip. I just must keep driving, must keep driving. Okay. Me second guessing everything. 1 hour into a long road trip. Me, I get the map out. All right. Uh, how about there are two types of people regarding to a road trip. There are the road trippers and the no way I'm flying people. Yeah. Where'd he get that bright red jacket? Ugh. All right. Going on a road trip? May the odds be in your favor. All right, on the road again. Yeah, there you go. The bandana, that must be in Texas. Yeah, I wonder if McDonald's is going to be thrown out the window. Just can't wait to get on the road again. See, there you go, Willie Nelson. This is called the perfect road trip. Just start in your state and go, and state and go. Who's in? Oh yeah, wherever. Um, it almost looks like a really bad drawing of a dog, doesn't it? If you look at the blue, just looks like a really bad picture of a dog. All right, are we there yet? Yeah, that's the dog. Yep, are we there yet? The dog with its head out the window, getting as much air as it can. All right, making an awkward eye contact with the driver who just sped up to be stuck at the light next to me. Yeah, have your dog stare him out. Few teeth. When you realize that you are driving and having been paying attention to anything. How did I get there? Where am I? Who gave me a license? How many people do that? You're driving, you're thinking, and you're like, 50 blocks down, you've made turns and got on the freeway, and you're like, wow, I don't even remember. Yeah. Karen, do you do that? When you speed past a cop and try to see if they pull out to pull you over. Of course. I'm I'm lost time to turn down the radio so I could see better. Yes. Please learn how to drive. Please learn how to drive. All right, folks, that is it. That is it for today. And short show. We got a big one coming up, and of course tomorrow we'll be back again. Um, but all those earthquakes, I'm expecting Kilauea maybe to, I don't know, that many earthquakes, and the ground is rising. We could see it blow again, and we're keeping an eye on the volcanoes along the Aleutian Islands, Japan, um, and even some of the ones around Big Bear, California. The other one is that Dutch since mentioned was Napa. Uh, in between Napa and San Francisco, folks, beware. Be safe. It might only be a 4 or 5, but it's going to be very shallow, and you'll be able to feel it. I know I went through the earthquake in 1989 when they had the World Series. I was not in San Francisco. I was in closer to Sacramento at the time. And you know, a lot of people could feel it that far. It was a big one. Now, is an 8 or a 9 possible somewhere in around our globe? Yes. That's the other thing he said, is we could be looking at an 8 or a 9 um, if everything gets built up enough. But so be careful around San Francisco, Napa, around Big Bear, around the geysers, Clear Lake, Japan, the Aleutian Islands, which not very many people live out there. So be very, very careful, folks. All right, we're going to be watching and waiting and definitely watching the news for what comes up. And again, prayers for everyone in Israel. Thanks a lot, folks, for watching. Subscribe, hit that like button, do the thumbs up. Tell your friends and family, or tell the person in the bank. Tell your teller, or beautician, or barber, the lady at the cash register. Just tell everybody. This is a great show. We'll see you all tomorrow. If not, come on back for me and William in 30 minutes. Thank you for your support, and God bless.